Welcome to beautiful Japan for the final event on the 2015 International Judo Federation World Tour. And welcome to its capital, Tokyo, an electric city buzzing with activity, where Judo's founder Jigoro Kano established the Kodokan, the spiritual home of Judo. A mecca for all judoka where Judo's elite trained in preparation for the 2015 Tokyo Grand Slam. There was a star-studded lineup in attendance, with multiple world and Olympic champions going for glory. And so the eyes of the judo world would be focused on 3 blockbuster days of action. Inside the Tokyo Metropolitan Gymnasium, some of the stars of the Japanese team took time out to meet some of their young judo fans, sign autographs, and create unforgettable memories. But once the fun was over, it was time to get down to business. We start with the women's under 48 kilogram category, where 2014 world champion Kondo was in action. Kondo had looked on great form all day, and after countering Kosovo's Krasniki and then holding her down, she dominated Turkey's Sahin in her semi-final. A brilliant piece of Ashiwaza, scoring Wazari and putting her into the final. In the final, she'd be up against her teammate, double world champion Asami. Remarkably, it would be a rematch of the Tokyo final from 12 months ago, in which Kondo had come out on top. As is often the case when 2 teammates come up against each other, there was little to choose between them. But Asami stayed positive, and eventually Kondo found herself behind on penalties. Oh, another penalty there to Kondo. Now she's behind. She's going to have to come forwards now. We're into the last 30 seconds. Oh, Soto! Oh, what a comeback that was. Wazari scored. Now can she hold her? Yes, she can. Nakura Kazugatami, and Kondo is now holding for the match. She squeezes. She changes her balance in Newaza. Look at that. The arm will come over the leg as well. And look at the determination in her face. Wazari will get to your bottom. And that was a great win there for Kondo. She never gave up. She went behind in the last 30 seconds. She had to come forwards. And that was a brilliant win there. Oh, she is so emotional because it wasn't just winning the match, it was how she won it. And in front of her own crowd. With Olympic selection just round the corner, what an ideal time to beat Asami. And in that way as well, it was brilliant stuff from Kondo. Big smile says it all. Also to Gary, change of direction there. Asami goes over for a Wazari. But she's not finished there. There's the change of direction for the Osoto. Then she ties her up. Kurakesakatami. Determination on her face says it all. Wazari Wazetiapon, and the title to Kondo. One weight up at under 52 kilograms, there was another world champion in action. Triple world champion Nakamura. It was another All-Japan final, and she would be up against Shishimi. Nakamura was relentless from the start. Pressure from the world champion, Shido for Shishimi. More pressure from Nakamura, another Shido for Shishimi, and the gold medal for Nakamura. She will now have her sights firmly set on a first Olympic gold medal in Rio next year. There was more success for Japan at under 70 kilograms, as Arai took home the gold. After a grueling 8-minute contest with teammate Ono, the match was settled by a Shido. Arai moves up 3 places to world number 4. In the heaviest women's category of over 78 kilograms, Japan's Inamori took on Olympic champion Ortiz of Cuba. Halfway through the contest, Inamori attacked with Uchimata and scored Wazaru before pursuing Ortiz into Newaza, eventually freeing her foot and securing an inescapable hold down, meaning she successfully defended her Tokyo title. At under 57 kilograms, Olympic champion Matsumoto was also looking to defend her Tokyo title from 12 months ago. But she came up against an inspired Rafaela Silva, and the Brazilian stunned Matsumoto, spinning in with an acrobatic entry for Jujigatame, taking it to the ground, securing the armlock and the submission. Devastation for Matsumoto, and work to do before the Olympic Games next year. So it fell to one of Matsumoto's teammates, Yoshida, to fly the Japanese flag at under 57 kilograms. She'd shown off some wonderful judo earlier on in the day. Could she go all the way in the final? Well, Yoshida takes that long walk out. Rossivu has a chance to break the Japanese stranglehold on this tournament. Rossivu in blue, looking for the Uchimata on the right. Yoshida, she's left-handed, got the inside lapel grip. Looking for the line for the Uchimata there by the looks of it. Just creates that little bit of space, that's what's needed. And then to find a line in. You'll want to get the hips in, both of them. Oh, look at that! That was enormous. That Uchimata was perfectly executed. She was looking for the line. Rossivu, well, she kind of gives a little nod there to her coach, but my goodness me, that was perfectly executed. The support leg was absolutely central. The weight was beautifully balanced, and Rossivu just went right the way up into the air, and I thought she was never coming down. That was as close to perfection as you could ever wish to see. Japan didn't have it all their own way. At under 78 kilograms, Olympic champion Harrison made sure that the American flag flew highest after she overcame young Dutchwoman Steenhuis in the final. With Steenhuis behind on penalties, she launched a desperate attack, which Harrison easily countered for a Yuko score, making sure that she ends the year as world number 1. At under 63 kilograms, the foreign fight back continued as world champion Trishinyak made it to the final. Standing in the way of Tokyo gold for her would be Germany's Tridos. Well, 8 times they've met before, these two. Trishinyak 7-1 up so far, so Tridos knows that she's got her work cut out. So all evens. Trishinyak now trying for the Uranagi. Yuko scored Trishinyak. Now Tridos can't stay there. Trishinyak trying to get the legs in, starts the double lapel turn. Oh, and it's been turned. Now Tridos on top. Can she get the leg out? If she can get that leg out, then Tridos will be ahead. She could possibly get the outside komi, and Trishinyak now needs to keep hold of that leg. The referee doing a good job here. Oh, now then, there's a possibility here, and the referee doing a good job. It's all transition. It's all about progression in Newaza, and this is all about progression. Those toes are nearly out, and Trishinyak could be in trouble here. And Tridos is going to bring that other foot up just to help it. Is she? No, it's out. Outside komi. And the world champion is being held down. Tridos absolutely clamps on Kazure Kesikatame, and the seconds are ticking away. And Tridos is going to cause the biggest upset here, because Trishinyak 7-1 ahead, but now it's 7-2, and that was a brilliant win there by the German. Big smile says it all. What a time to do it here in Japan. And Trishinyak, the world champion, Well, she scored a yuko with this massive uranagi. Then she followed it down to the ground. But Tridos turned it, persisted in getting that leg out. The referee let it carry on. And when it did come out, she held for ippon.
I see on Facebook all those faces of the people who always win the competition. I was like, but in fact, I often do medals, but I'm never on it. I was like, for sure I need a medal in Tokyo, but I don't know, gold is gonna be hard. And now I'm luckily on this nice montage, yeah.
There was more European interest at under 81 kilograms, as 2014 world champion Shrikishvili was in action. On his way to the final, he'd thrown Greece's Mastopoulos with a gigantic uranagi for ippon. He would be facing up against Korea's Lee in the final. Lee had stylishly seen off another Georgian, Margiani, earlier in the day. In the final, Shrikishvili was by far the more positive of the two, and Lee spent too much time defending, eventually resulting in the Shido that would give Georgia its first ever gold medal at the Tokyo Grand Slam. The under 90 kilogram category saw the entry of another world champion, Gwak. Last week in Korea, he had blasted his way to gold. And here he found himself up against Japan's Baker in the semi-final. Baker proved too canny for Gwak, and after a weak sumigashi from the Korean, Baker capitalised, securing the Osai Komi. Gwak was going nowhere. Baker into the final, where he'd faced Cuba's Gonzalez, who'd been on dazzling form all day. First up, a stunning Osoto. Then, a magical Tayatoshi against Diaz, followed by another incredible Osoto against Japan's Yoshida. Unfortunately, there would be no such fireworks in the final, as Baker's home field advantage and superior tactical play saw him celebrating the win. Baker up to world number 3. The final of the over 100 kilos category was a Japanese showdown between the new kid on the block, Harasawa, and the current Japanese number 1, Shinshinui. With both vying for the chance to impress head coach Inui and stake their claim on the spot at next year's Olympic Games, it was Harasawa that continued his impressive results this season by defeating Shinshinui on penalty points to take gold. It meant he ended 2015 with 3 Grand Slam titles. Will this be enough to make him Japan's talisman in this, their most coveted category? At under 100 kilograms, Japan have a surprise world champion in the form of big thrower Haga. He proved wrong those who thought he needed more time to mature before being a real contender in Astana. And here in Tokyo, he was out to prove that it was no fluke. Once again, his huge Uchimata was on display. This is why many compare him with the head coach Inui, himself famed for this throw. Azerbaijan's Gazimov would meet Haga in the semi-final after demolishing his teammate Wolf along the way. The world number 2 would be the acid test for Haga on home soil. Well, this is a real test for Haga. Gazimov, world ranked number 2. And he's dangerous, Gazimov. He's almost casual. Waits for the counter. So when Haga goes in, it will have to be really, really hard and very precise. He has the sleeve and he has the lapel. Look at that little flick there that said, I'm going to come in for the Uchimata. You give me half a chance. And now it's perfect! Oh! There's the Uchimata! And Suzuki there says, yes, that's the way to do it. It was absolutely perfect timing. He had the inside grip. He was right the way up the middle there. And the world number 2, Gazimov, goes right the way over the top for a brilliant ippon there. And Haga is through to the final. In the final, Haga defeated Cho of Korea in a scrappy contest that was decided on penalty points. Now the world number 3, Haga is the real deal. After his victory, Haga visited the Asahi Club, where he started judo as a child.
I feel very happy to be back here after winning the Astana World Championships and the Grand Slam in Tokyo this year. I would like to give the youth, like the kindergarten kids downstairs, a dream, a passion, and objectives. What I think is great about judo is that we learn the importance of compassion and respect to others. As kids, we learn how to behave properly to others, and I think that is the beauty of the sport. The beauty of judo.
After the training session, Haga shared his 2 gold medals with the young judoka and their families. A day of judo they will never forget. The under 73 kilo category gave Japan a chance to show their depth, as despite their sensational world champion Ono's absence, they were nevertheless capable of securing the gold, thanks to a former world champion, Akimoto. Though in the twilight of his career, Akimoto is still capable of some amazing judo. His speed has not deserted him, and in Tokyo he was too hot for any of his elimination opponents to handle, as home soil meant he took his game up another notch. Contesting the gold medal with him would be Korea's young rising star, An. Gold medalist last week in Jeju, An was looking to keep the ball rolling and did just that as he made the final. But as brilliant as An is, Akimoto has a habit of defying the odds, and in the final he was victorious thanks to this dropping Sedasurika Migoshi for a wazari. An amazing performance from Akimoto, showing once again just how strong the Japanese middleweight division is. Moving down the male weights, the under 66 kilos category saw a mouth-watering final between triple world champion Ebenuma and the young pretender TAKATO. A thrilling contest saw TAKATO maul his senior, this side sacrifice technique giving him a Yuko lead early on. The same attack then extended his lead by a wazari, as Ebenuma struggled to match TAKATO's pace. Despite steeling himself to pull a Yuko back, the match would be TAKATO's after he capitalised on his compatriot's urgency in coming forwards to add another Yuko to the scoreboard. The result makes Inui's Olympic selection job even harder. Does he choose the tried and tested Ebenuma or risk the youth of TAKATO? In our final category, the under 60 kilograms, Japan had their most exciting fighter in action. Former world champion TAKATO is in the process of regaining the respect of his coaches after his antics off the mat have earned him a reputation as the bad boy of Japanese judo. In Tokyo, he was looking to show he has what it takes to become Olympic champion next year in Rio de Janeiro. After a counter-attack against Korea's Kim secured his spot in the final, TAKATO was ready to once again flaunt his judo in front of a home crowd. The man tasked with stopping TAKATO from winning gold was Russia's Mudrinov. The highlight of his day, this powerful Ojigari to see off TAKATO's teammate Aoki. Well, Mudrinov has his work cut out, he knows that. This man here is, well, he comes from all different angles, partly European style and then his own Japanese style as well. And Mr. Marius Visa looking forward to a great final here. The president of the International Judo Federation, TAKATO, Watch out, because he comes from different angles. Oh, so did Surikomi-Goshi! Oh, and completely the wrong way round. An incredible technique. And he's straight into the hold down, and Mudranov just manages to turn out. Oh my goodness me, that was incredible. Rosari scored for that. TAKATO came in for the Sodi. And then, while controlling the upper part of the body, he takes him off. Yoko Satemiwaza to the opposite side. That was brilliant. And that is not in the Gokyo. So Kosei Inui looking on. He wants to be impressed by TAKATO. His brilliance. Mudranov looking to get that arm over the top. Now he does. Oh! He went against him. TAKATO scores a Rosari, and it's Rosari Rossetti on, and he was waiting for that. Mudranov was looking for the Sumigaeshi, but as soon as he came over the top, TAKATO just takes the inside of the leg there and drives for a massive Ouchigari. That was brilliant. Talk about change of direction, talk about unorthodox. This man has it all. He is surprising every fighter that he comes up against. That was amazing. It was a counter-attack. It wins in this tournament. And surely he's got to be the number one choice now for the Rio de Janeiro Olympic Games next year.
It was really frustrating that I couldn't fight at the World Championships, but I was still able to win Paris and the World Masters. I'm happy to show that I'm still one of the best at fighting foreign judoka. It was hard after having my son because I wanted to win for him so badly, but didn't understand why I couldn't.
やっぱその息子のために勝ちたいとか、やっぱそういう気持ちっていうのが大きくなってしまって、勝ちたいっていうそこばかりしか見えなくなってしまってたので、なんでマスターズの前からはしっかり柔道やるときは柔道をしっかりやって、でお父さんをやるときはお父さんにしっかりやってっていうふうに、まあどちらもそうですね。割り切ってやれるようになりましたし、まあそれが一番いいんじゃないかっていうのが今思ってます。
What a message the Japanese team have sent out here in Tokyo. And Takato, well, he's leading the charge.
非常に選考の部分に関しては厳しくなると思います。そして選ぶ側としても、まあ選手たちを死に物狂いでオリンピックに向けて日々を送っている姿を私も見ておりますので、心苦しい部分がありますけど、それも全部含めて私は選んだり、そして一緒に戦う使命が監督になった以上あるというふうに思っています。ですからこれからも選手と共にまあ全てをこのリオに捧げるという思いで戦っていきたいというふうには思っております。私自身のまた大きな目標としては、日本の選手たちが世界の選手たちからまた柔道を愛する人たちからなれるような憧れるようなそういう柔道を取っていきたいというところがあります。もちろん勝負の世界で細かい技術というものが必要になってきますが、やはり IJF が掲げているダイナミック柔道イコール我々一本柔道というふうに思っていますので、これからもそういう柔道が皆さんに見せていけるようにこれからも努力していきたいなというふうに思いますし、それでまあ吉田もまた羽賀の内股も僕の内股よりちょっと落ちるかなと思いますね。
So that's it from Tokyo and for the 2015 IJF World Tour. Kondo never gave up. Yoshida's Uchimata was perfection. Tridos overcame the world champion. Haga looked every bit a world champion himself. And TAKATO was back with a bang.